Hello amazing young mathematicians, welcome back to our super fun geometry class. Today we are going on an exciting adventure to explore the world of flat shapes. We call this adventure plane geometry. So are you ready to discover how everything from tiny dots builds up to amazing patterns? So let's dive in. Starting with the smallest point and line. First, let's meet the absolute smallest thing in geometry, that is called point. A point is just tiny exact location. It has no size at all. Imagine a little star in the sky over the tip of your pencil mark. That is a point. So you can see here the example of point A, point B, point C. So these all are points. Now what happens if we connect all the points in a straight path? So we get a line segment. As you can see here, it is straight path between 2 points. Think of an edge of your ruler or a piece of string pulled tight. So here you can see line segment AB. So after this type of lines, there are many type of line. You can see here vertical line, okay, horizontal line, oblique, or you can say slanting line. Then next is parallel lines. These are very interesting. What are parallel lines? When there is a pair of line and we extend the line in both directions, they never meet at any point. Like the railway train track, they never meet any point. Those lines are called parallel lines. And after parallel line, next is perpendicular line. When the lines are making 90-degree angle, we call those lines perpendicular to each other. So moves to next. What are 2D shapes? So a 2D shape is a flat shape that has only 2 dimensions. 2 dimension means length and width. You can measure their length, you can measure their width, but you can't measure their depth or height. They have no thickness or depth. So if I will ask you, can you give me any example of real object having which is only 2D? So there is no real example, but we can draw them on a paper. They are also called plane shapes because they can be drawn on a flat surface, a plane like a piece of paper. So now move to next, polygons. What is polygon? Polygons are, my dear students, closed 2D shapes with straight lines. If you are using straight lines, okay, and making closed shape, that will be called polygon. If you are using curved line like this, they will not be polygon. So starting from the simplest and smallest polygon, that is called triangles, 3 sides. Okay, a polygon with 3 sides and 3 angles, that is the smallest polygon. You are very well aware about it. So type of triangles, you can see here on the basis of sides, there are 3 types of triangle. First is equilateral. Equilateral means all 3 sides have equal length. If we are making a triangle whose all 3 lengths sides are of same length, we will say that is equilateral triangle. Next is isosceles triangles. If 2 sides are same, 2 sides are equal, and the third one is different, that we will say that is isosceles. And the last one is scalene. Scalene means in which all 3 sides are different. So that is scalene. That is very normal triangle, okay, because here is no any specification like 2 sides are same or angles. You can make randomly a scalene triangle. If we divide the triangle on the basis of angles, so there are also 3 types. First one is right angle. Right angle triangle is if there is one angle of 90-degree, then we will say that is right angle triangle. Then next is acute. If all 3 angles are less than 90-degree, it means they are acute. We will say the angle is, so the triangle is acute triangle. And if in the triangle one angle is obtuse, if it is more than 90-degree, we will say the triangle is obtuse triangle. After triangle, next polygon is quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals means, quad means 4, lateral means sides. So a shape having 4 sides, or you can say a closed shape with 4 sides. So a polygon with 4 sides and 4 angles. So these are some example of quadrilaterals. Like parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, square, kite, and trapezium. So what is parallelogram? Parallelogram is a four-sided closed shape, you can see here, in which opposite sides are equal and parallel. I told you that what are parallel lines? The parallel lines are those lines which are parallel to each other and never meets at any point. And here opposite angles are equal. So this is parallelogram. And after this rectangle, opposite sides are parallel and equal. Each angle is a right angle. So in parallelogram and rectangle, there is a minor difference. It is the difference of angle. In parallelogram, there is no condition of angle like it will be 90 degree. So it is the only difference between parallelogram and rectangle. In fact, you can say all rectangles are parallelogram as well, because in parallelogram there is no condition of angle that it must be 90 degree, but there is condition is in rectangle. So you can say all parallelogram are rectangles. It is not true, but all rectangles are parallelogram because they are fulfilling the condition of parallelogram. Okay, after parallelogram and rectangles, next is rhombus. In rhombus, opposite sides are parallel and all sides are equal. That is very important. All sides are equal. And in square, all sides are equal. So the condition is same as of rhombus, but here one condition is additional. Each angle is a right angle. So you can see here right angle, it means 90 degree. So all four angles are 90 degree. So that is the only difference between rhombus and square. So you can say all squares are rhombus, but it vice versa that all rhombus will be square. That is not true, but all squares are rhombus. Next one is kite. Exactly two pairs of consecutive sides are equal. So you can see consecutive sides, these sides and these sides both are equal, and these sides and these sides are equal. Now next is trapezium. In the quadrilateral in which there is one pair of opposite sides are parallel. So you can see here these sides and these sides are parallel to each other. Parallel means when you will extend this line and when you will extend this line, the distance at every point will remain same and they will not meet anywhere. Okay, but when you are talking about this line and this line, they will meet at some point. You can see here they are meeting here. So that is trapezium, in which there is only one pair of parallel line. Okay, so after quadrilaterals, there are some other type of quadrilateral also, polygons also. They are called regular polygons and irregular polygons. So what are regular polygons? Regular polygons are those polygons in which all sides are equal, like equilateral triangles, regular pentagon, regular hexagon, regular octagon, square. Okay, so these all are regular polygons, and irregular polygons are those polygons in which the sides are different. So you can see here. Okay, so these are some example of irregular polygons. So after polygons, regular and irregular, we will move to next, that is tessellation. So what is tessellation? So now for a super cool geometric trick called tessellation, it is like making a puzzle that fit perfectly without any gaps and overlap. So you can see here a tessellation for or tiling is a pattern of shapes that fit together without any gaps. You can see here these are some example and they are fitted in each other without any gap or overlapping. So square is a tessellation shape because you can see here four squares are joined here around this point and they are perfectly fitting in each other. Rectangles, you can see equilateral triangles, they are making this pattern around this point. Hexagons. Okay, so these are some example of tessellation. Shapes with no tessellate. So you can see here circles. So when we are joining four circles, you can see here the space left. Okay, here you can see the space ellipses, so you can see here the space, so these shapes are not tessellate shapes. So let's recap what we have learned in this video. So we have covered so much today. Let's quickly remember what we have learned. We started with the tiny point and that builds lines, then explored the amazing world of 2D flat shapes, including polygons like triangles, quadrilaterals, and even learned about tessellation. So my dear students, geometry is everywhere around us, from the screens we watch to the tiles on our floors. Keep an eye out for these awesome shapes in our daily life. So if you have enjoyed the geometry adventure, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more fun lessons, and let me know in the comments what your favorite 2D shape is. So see you next time. Young geometers, keep exploring. Thank you.